Welcome back, everyone, to our Career Campus podcast, your daily dose of career tips, professional development, and job success strategies. We're here to help you grow, stand out, and achieve your career goals with confidence in today's competitive workplace. And today we're diving deep into a topic that often perplexes even seasoned job seekers: the cover letter. Specifically, how to write an attractive and efficient banking officer cover letter that truly attracts recruiters instantly at first glance. And joining me today, I'm absolutely thrilled to introduce our expert guest, Zen. Zen is a career coach with an incredible track record, helping countless professionals navigate the job market and land their dream roles. Zen, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Chris. It's an absolute pleasure to be here. I'm really excited to talk about this because while many people think the cover letter is becoming obsolete, it's actually more critical than ever, especially in a structured and relationship-driven industry like banking.
That's a fantastic point to start with, Zen. I think a lot of our listeners might be wondering, do I even need a cover letter anymore? Or isn't my resume enough? What's your immediate response to that, particularly for a banking officer role?
Absolutely, you need one, especially for a banking officer position. Your resume is a snapshot of your experience and qualifications, a factual list. But a cover letter, that's your voice. It's your chance to tell your story, to articulate why you're passionate about this specific bank, this specific role, and how your unique skills align with their values and needs. For a banking officer, it's about trust, client relationships, and understanding the financial landscape, things a bulleted list can only hint at.
Okay, so it's not just a formality, it's an opportunity. But the challenge, as I see it, is standing out. Recruiters are swamped. How do you make that first glance count? What's the secret to making it attractive and efficient right from the start?
The secret, Chris, is personalization and impact. Most cover letters are generic, copy-pasted templates. Recruiters can spot those a mile away. To be attractive, your letter must immediately convey that you've done your homework. Address it to a specific person if possible. Start with a hook that connects your top achievement or a core banking skill directly to what their bank is looking for.
So, know to whom it may concern.
Please know, if you can't find a hiring manager's name, address it to hiring team for banking officer position or hiring manager, bank name. It shows effort. Then that opening paragraph. Don't just say, I am writing to apply for the banking officer position. Everyone does that. Instead, try something like, having closely followed bank name's innovative approach to client-centric financial solutions, I was immediately drawn to your banking officer opening, where my proven ability to mention a key skill like risk assessment or client relationship management aligns perfectly with your mission to do. See the difference?
That's instantly more engaging. It shows genuine interest and a connection. So, personalization is key for attractiveness. What about efficiency? How do we keep it concise while still making that powerful statement?
Efficiency comes from strategic content. Think of your cover letter as an executive summary of your resume, but with added context and personality. Don't rehash every bullet point. Instead, select 2 to 3 key achievements or skills that are most relevant to the banking officer role and elaborate on them slightly, showing impact. For instance, instead of processed transactions, say successfully managed a portfolio of 50 plus high net worth clients, consistently achieving a 95% satisfaction rate and identifying new investment opportunities, resulting in a 15% growth in assets under management.
Wow, that's a huge difference. It's about showing, not just telling. And that brings me to the specific language for a banking officer role. Are there particular keywords or phrases that recruiters in the banking sector are actively looking for that we should definitely include?
Absolutely, Chris. Banking is a very specific industry with its own lexicon. You want to weave in terms like risk management, regulatory compliance, financial analysis, client portfolio management, relationship building, loan origination, credit assessment, fraud detection, investment products, and customer service excellence. But don't just drop them in. Integrate them naturally. Show how you've applied these skills. For example, my experience in conducting thorough credit assessments allowed me to mitigate potential risks by 10% in my previous role.
So it's not just about listing skills, but demonstrating their application and impact within a banking context. That's invaluable advice. Now, for our listeners who might be feeling a bit overwhelmed, thinking this sounds like a lot of work for every application, do you have any tips or resources that can make this process smoother?
I absolutely do, Chris. And this is where efficiency really comes into play. While personalization is key, you don't have to start from scratch every time. We've actually put together a fantastic, well-crafted banking officer editable cover letter template. This isn't just a generic template. It's designed with all these principles in mind: the powerful opening, the strategic placement of banking specific keywords, and sections to easily plug in your unique achievements. It's a template that has gotten over 100 applicants banking officer jobs, helping them attract recruiters instantly.
That sounds like a game changer, Zen. Where can our listeners find this incredible resource?
You can find it right now. We'll make sure the link is easily accessible in the show notes for this episode. Just head over to our website or check the description of this podcast. It's truly a shortcut to confidence, providing a solid framework so you can focus on tailoring the core content rather than worrying about the structure.
That's fantastic. I mean, saving time while increasing effectiveness is exactly what our listeners need. So with this template as a base, what are some of the biggest mistakes people make with their banking officer cover letters that they should absolutely avoid?
Oh, there are a few big ones. First, a major mistake is making it all about you. While it's your story, the letter needs to quickly pivot to how you can benefit the bank. Banks want to know what value you bring to their team, their clients. Second, generic statements like I am a hard worker and a team player don't impress anyone. Be specific, provide evidence. Third, typos and grammatical errors are instant disqualifiers in banking. Attention to detail is paramount in finance. Proofread, proofread, proofread. And finally, don't just repeat your resume. Use the cover letter to expand on points, provide context, and inject personality.
Those are crucial reminders. I can imagine how a recruiter would just sigh and move on if they see those red flags. Let's talk about the flow of the letter. After the strong opening and showcasing a few key achievements, how should the middle and closing paragraphs look?
Great question on structure, Chris. After your impactful opening and one or two body paragraphs detailing specific relevant achievements, always relating them back to the bank's needs, you want a paragraph that speaks to culture fit and future contributions. This is where you can mention things like your commitment to ethical practices, client satisfaction, or even a specific initiative at their bank that resonates with you. Show that you're not just looking for a job, but this job at their institution.
So essentially connecting your values to theirs. That makes a lot of sense.
Exactly. And then for the closing, it needs to be confident and professional. Reiterate your enthusiasm for the role in the bank. Express your eagerness for an interview to discuss how your skills in, say, client relationship management and financial acumen can directly contribute to their success. Always include a polite call to action, such as, I look forward to the opportunity to discuss my application further. And of course, a professional closing like sincerely or best regards.
Confidence is key, I agree. Zen, we've talked about what to do, what to avoid, and even provided a fantastic resource with that editable template. For someone who might be switching careers or just starting out and feels like they don't have a ton of direct banking experience, how can they leverage a cover letter to still stand out?
That's a very common scenario, Chris. If you're transitioning or entry level, your cover letter becomes even more vital. You need to focus on transferable skills. Think about what you have done that's relevant to banking. Have you managed money, even personal budgets or club finances? Do you have strong analytical skills from another field? Excellent customer service or sales experience? Communication skills? Problem solving? Highlight those and then explicitly draw the connection to how they would apply in a banking officer role. For example, while my background is in retail management, my proven ability to manage complex transactions, resolve customer complaints, analyze sales data directly translates to the meticulous and client-focused nature required of a banking officer.
That's brilliant advice for bridging those gaps. It's about showing the potential and the readiness to learn and adapt. Zen, before we wrap up, any final thoughts or a golden nugget of wisdom for our listeners trying to master this banking officer cover letter?
My golden nugget, Chris, would be this. Your cover letter is your first real conversation with a potential employer. Make it a memorable one for the right reasons. Be authentic, be professional, and let your passion for banking shine through. Remember, recruiters are people too, and they appreciate seeing genuine interest and effort. And seriously, don't forget to download that editable cover letter template. It's a proven path to getting that initial glance to turn into a full read and then an interview.
Fantastic. A memorable conversation. That's what we're aiming for. Zen, it has been an incredibly insightful and practical discussion today. Thank you so much for sharing your expertise on crafting an attractive and efficient banking officer cover letter. I know our listeners will find this invaluable.
My pleasure, Chris. Thanks for having me.
And to all our listeners, remember that well-crafted cover letter, especially with the help of Zen's proven template, which you can find a link to in our show notes, can truly be the difference maker in today's competitive job market. Don't leave it to chance. Download that template, tailor it, and confidently apply for your next banking officer role. Thank you for tuning into the Career Campus podcast. We'll catch you next time with more tips to help you achieve your career goals. Until then, keep growing, keep striving, and go get that dream job.